Okay. Right, I think we're live now, so I'd like to welcome everyone to this wonderful, wonderful chat that we're going to have tonight. It's a brief chat with Chigo, Chigo Grace, and I know that we're going to have a good time. You're very welcome to this interview, to this show on Media Ease, Chigo. We are very honored to have you tonight, and I hope
Thank
that
you.
we will have a great time, even though we have a few minutes with you. But I know
Thank you
that
for having me today.
uh, it's gonna be a very, very interesting time. So I think we're gonna go straight into it because
Okay.
we don't have a lot of time with you. So we're gonna go great into it, and I guess we'll start with what I think is a highlight, which is the award that you've just gotten, the Maranatha, yeah, Maranatha
Mm-hmm.
USA award. Is it for best female breakthrough act?
Yeah. Best
Yes,
female
yes.
breakthrough. First runner up.
Congratulations for that. Huge
Thank
congratulations
you.
for that. I know
Thank you so much. I
it is
appreciate
a
that.
mean achievement. So I just want to start with that. What does that mean to you? I know it's been a journey. A lot of people will just see that one and say, "Oh, but it's been a journey coming here." What does that
Yeah.
mean to you?
For me, it's a milestone, really.
Yeah,
Of course, I usually say that much as we don't look for recognition from man. I
yeah,
mean, we're doing everything to serve the Lord.
true.
But then when you are recognized like that, it's always exciting. It's always thrilling to see that.
Mm,
Wow, I think people are really seeing what is happening with me, and
true.
can really appreciate what is happening with me. So for me, it's really a milestone. I really was thrilled and excited about it.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Hmm.
good. Yeah, it's not a mean achievement, and as you rightly said, it means that even people can see, okay, there's something going on here, which I think is
Exactly.
also a good testimony, because
It is a good.
yeah, we are doing things for God, but it's also good that the things we're doing reflect the character of God in terms of quality,
Truly.
in terms of how much we invest in it, which I think is
Yes.
is a great lead into my next question because
Okay.
um, I remember your first album. I remember because I used to have a lot of songs in there. I'd go around
Wow.
singing, "You are
Uh,
righteous, Lord, you are righteous," and
yeah.
uh,
Oh yeah.
you know, I don't know if you even remember that that was one of your songs, but yeah, I used to listen to that album, and
Hmm.
it's quite the music you're doing now
Yeah.
is quite a long way from there. There's been
Yeah.
a I mean, I'm a music critic, and I am proud not only of the uniqueness of the music that you're making, but also
Hmm.
the quality that I see in there. So,
Yeah.
but I also know that quality is not an accident. You don't come onto
Yeah.
quality
Hmm.
accidentally. So, um, I guess I just want to know how you have come to this point where um, there is a
Yeah.
certain standard, to your music. How have
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
come here, and what's the thought process when you're doing music?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
talk to me about that.
Okay. I've always believed that our God is an excellent God, really,
Yeah,
and I think it's a process. It's a process of growth. It's also the type of person that I am. I think I usually say
okay.
that I'm a perfectionist, and then
Yes.
I've got a way in which I see things. I've got a way in which I hear and listen to things, and I've
Okay.
got a way in which I want the outcome to be.
Yeah.
So, but I think it all emanates from the fact that I've come to understand that our God is an excellent God,
Right.
and we just don't want to do things haphazardly.
Yeah.
We have to bear in mind that what we're doing, we need to bring glory to the name of God and not
Absolutely.
reproach.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yes, we're offering service to God, but people should be able to appreciate the excellence in it.
True. And we are able to appreciate the excellence.
there is there is an element of God getting the glory from excellence.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
sometimes a person can be spiritual and all that, but maybe their strategy is something different, and
Mm.
that doesn't really reflect the glory of God.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've come to understand that our God is an excellent God,
Mm.
and what we need to offer him is excellence. What we do
Absolutely.
should be excellent.
Yeah.
So I always take my time. Before I release something, I take my time. I'll look for people who have got a good ear, a listening ear,
Yeah.
and they'll have to put me out, like how do you look at this song? Much as I've also listened to it and all that, how
Yeah.
do you think this has come out? I always have that in mind. So before I release my stuff, um, I have excellence in mind. I
All right.
have excellence in mind.
And
I have this in
yeah.
mind that when it goes out there,
Mm.
much as it will minister to people, but there has to be that element where people can also appreciate that in God there is skill, in God there is excellence.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, and it shows. Like I said, quality is not accidental, and excellence is not accidental.
Truly.
So obviously that's something that's reflected through your music, and I think that's a good thing because what I'm getting is, sometimes it's not just singing about God. It's not just you sing a Christian song. It's also about how much of God you can reflect through the music, but also through the
Exactly.
process that goes into the music. So I really love that about your thought
Wow.
process, but also obviously how it
Wow.
manifests in your music. So
Mhm.
I guess also just piggybacking from there, um,
Uh-huh.
I would like to get a bit into your creative process. Where does your music come from? There's some
Uh,
people who go and sit by the river and they get their songs. There's some people who wake up with songs. They were sleeping and they wake up
yeah,
with
yeah,
a
yeah.
song. There's some people who sit down and actually write the song. Who go and say, okay, I want to write a song. And
Yeah.
they write the song. But what's your creative process like? Where do
Yeah,
your
yeah,
songs
yeah.
come
Yeah. It's funny how when I get that question, I'll usually tell people that um, I don't really have this process that I can tell you that this is
from?
what
Yeah.
I do. I sit down and write a song, or let's
Mm-hmm.
say, how some people will just pick a theme, like, all right, let me talk about God is good. And then I
Yeah.
start to look for scripture and all that. For me,
Mm-hmm.
it's really, really different. It usually come from a revelation. It will just come from one revelation, and a whole song comes from there.
Okay.
It will come from just if I see something and and then
Mm.
an inspiration comes there, and a song will just
Yeah.
come there. There's some times when I'll start writing a song when I'm driving. So I
Yeah.
don't really sit down and say, all right, today I want to write a song about the greatness of God, and then I start weaving words and all that.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's usually revelational, it's inspirational, it's my personal encounter,
Mm-hmm.
um God. So
Okay.
I think me being a worship artist or a gospel artist, my I would still say it comes from a well of ministry,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
where it's like a pulpit, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You're a preacher, and whatever it is that you share to people is what is coming from the revelations you grasp from the word of God.
Okay.
So it's the same thing with me, from
Mm-hmm.
from my interaction with God, from my time with God. I get to have all this inspiration of
Yeah.
thoughts
Yeah.
and revelational, stuff, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's how I come up with most of my songs. So there will be times when I write a song and I'm actually bombarded by what I've also written.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's when I realize that, okay, I think this is not just coming from my mind. This is
Mm-hmm.
really deep. This is really revelational.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow. That's
basically, that is
yeah.
it. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, your music comes from your relationship with God.
True.
Yeah, that is very powerful. Now, I know PC may not know this, but a few years back, my brothers and I were doing an album, and we had you on one of the songs. It was the worship medley,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and
That
so
was.
I had I had sat down with my brothers and we were like, okay, we need to get the best people on this song. Not just
Mm,
good in terms of singing, but also where they're at and their worship. We need to get the
yeah,
best
yeah.
people in this, and we all
Mm,
agreed, okay, Chigo has to be in here.
yeah.
It was not a mistake, by the way. But
And
what?
I really enjoyed being a part of it.
Yeah, and we're
Mm,
really honored to have you on there. But
mm,
I remember that I was driving you home, and we're having this conversation about music. I don't forget that conversation, but I imagine you do. But you did say something
okay.
that you said something, and that was many years ago. I mean, people didn't even know you. Like not many people knew about you. But what you said
Yeah.
to me was that you knew. I mean, you said this in very emphatically. You didn't even have a doubt about it.
Yeah.
That your music will go international, and that is what your mind was set on. I still remember that conversation. In fact, when your song came out, I put a post on Facebook and I referenced that conversation. But
Well.
I was just thinking, where did that come from? I mean, here you are. That was like many years ago, many years
Yeah.
ago, and we had that conversation, and it's happening now. But I'm thinking,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
did you get that? Where did you get that confidence? Where did you get that
Yeah.
vision of where your music was gonna be?
Yeah. 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 I think most of us are where we are now because of different things,
Yeah,
and one of those things is the desire for something.
true.
You know, and then when you are starting, when you are starting your journey, you you need to know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know where you're going. Why am I doing this? Where am I gonna go? So I
Yeah.
think I had defined myself
Mm-hmm.
when I just started.
Yeah.
I say this is the kind of music that maybe first of all I should also say that I was exposed to the kind of music that I'm listening. I mean I do right now
Mm-hmm.
when I just gave my life to Jesus.
Right.
So this is the kind of music that I was exposed to. I could listen to a lot of Third Day,
Yeah. Yeah.
Twilight Paris,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And then when I started, I used to sing in church, let's say at
Okay.
school. I would sing in church. And then one day, as I was praying, I said, I think I'm only exposed to this group
Mm-hmm.
of people, and that's just church.
Yeah.
How am I going to go out there? So that's when I did my first single. I actually did my first single because I say, God, I think I'm not just supposed to be confined in church.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think my gift can touch more than my church. It can
Exactly.
touch the world. It can touch people outside church. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's where it came from. I say,
Yeah.
God, I'm going to go global.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's my desire. I don't want my music to just end in Malawi or end in church. I want the whole world to be able to listen to the message that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's desire and then also trusting in God that whatever we desire, I mean, whatever we press for in even in prayer or whatever we
Yeah.
want, we ask and we get it. So
Yeah.
I had confidence that firstly, God has put this in us, in me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't think I'm going outside his will. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's within his will that we grow, that we expand. So that's where my confidence was coming from,
Yeah.
the desire and
Yeah.
the confidence that this gift is given to me by God. It is him that is gonna enable me to really see these dreams come to pass.
Powerful. That's powerful.
Mhm.
Now, I want to give you a bit of a challenge because what you've just said now, I think applies not only to music but to life in general. So I want you to kind of package that same message, um, and speak right now to, you know, an artist who may be where you were like 10 years ago, and package that message to somebody who maybe is struggling right now and they may not have a clear picture of the future, and you know where they can be. I want you to just kind of speak to this person and like show them that there's a place for desire, a place for trust in God. Basically, what you've said to me, I want you to package it and just, you know, for a minute or two, speak to this artist and speak to this person, and show them that, you know, where they are right now is not the end, and that they can actually achieve something and be somewhere different from where they are right now. I want to give you that challenge right now. Oh, have we lost our guest? Let's see. Oh well, yeah, it looks like we've lost our guest. Let's see if we can get her back.
So stay tuned, stay put. I'll try and get her back.
Great.
Hmm.
Right. Ah, there you are.
Sorry.
All right, welcome back. Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I was saying. I was just basically giving you a challenge to package the message that you explained to me, but I want you to speak personally to, you know, that artist, or that person who is thinking about their music, is thinking about their life, but they're not sure of,
Yeah.
you know, what the future may hold. How can you package, you know, that message you just told me? How can you package it and speak it to them?
Yeah. It all comes from um, the giver of the gift that we have.
Yeah.
Um, Recognizing that God gave us the gift that we have for a reason, for a purpose. And if you're able to do something, there is a reason why God gave you that. I
Hmm.
don't think God will give you something and then for you to just sit on it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
No, it's usually people will say, I don't know where to start from, you
yeah,
know, but God looks at also the desire in you. How willing are you to use the gift that He gave you? Because you have to use it.
hmm,
Um, I want to encourage someone today that you may not always start big, but you need to take even a simple baby step.
yeah,
That is enough to take you somewhere. Um, I've had people who say, I know how to sing, you know,
hmm,
but I can't compose a song. So I'm just gonna sit here and
yeah,
and well, I'll see what's gonna happen. Maybe I'll wait till I'm able to compose a song,
hmm,
but time may not wait for you. Why don't you pick a song by someone that inspires you and do a cover? You
hmm,
know, it will start from there. And the more we use our gifts, the more God entrusts us with more. I mean, the more God gives us and more.
yeah,
So I want to encourage someone today to start with even a simple baby step
yeah,
and trust God for the process, because you did not give that gift to yourself. It is
yourself.
Him that put it in you.
Yeah,
The fact that it's Him that put it in you is enough for you to start.
hmm, hmm,
And then to a person who's being discouraged, maybe they feel frustrated, they've done so much, or they feel they've done so much, but maybe things are not moving to the pace that they want or
yeah,
they thought things would be. I just still want to encourage you, never give up. There is always a time that will materialize. There
yeah,
is always a time that God will reward your hard work. I mean, hard work doesn't just does it pays.
yeah,
It really pays. So still work on your gift, work on your skill. If you feel you're insufficient somewhere, do something about it.
hmm,
Do something about it. and things eventually will work out. So I would like to encourage you. You're an artist somewhere. You're a gifted person. It may not just be in music,
Yeah.
but it may be in all sorts of things. Start with some things. You can start small. It's not a crime to start small.
Yeah.
As long as you know what you're doing, as long as you trust God in the process,
Mhm.
everything at the end of the day will work out. We
Powerful.
don't serve God in vain, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's absolutely powerful.
Yeah,
So I know we're coming to the end of the time that we have for you, and honestly, we could stop there. I mean, what you've shared is absolutely. Even I am inspired.
oh,
So
wow.
no,
Yeah.
seriously. So
Wow.
that's really powerful, and I know that it's encouraged someone. But I guess as 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 a closing,
Mhm.
I want you just to share a few things about yourself, because I wanted us to get through the substance, the important stuff, um,
Mhm.
first, so that we don't miss what you have to share. But
Yeah,
then it's also important that we get to know a bit about you. So I just want you to talk as we close a bit about
yeah,
yourself. People know
yeah,
you as Chigo Grace, but they don't
yeah,
know if you're married, what you do, and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. So
yeah,
let's just get to know you as we
yeah, yeah, yeah.
close.
Okay. So yeah, Chigo Grace, those are my names. It's just that Chigo, it's Chigomez your Grace
Yeah,
Konje. I'm married. I was named
yeah,
Cisia.
great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And now I'm a Konje because I'm married. I have
Okay.
kids, two of them. I was born here and raised here.
So
Because I'll be sorry.
here is where is
As in
here?
Malawi, sorry. Oh
Okay.
yeah, in Malawi. Okay, yeah. I was born and raised in Malawi.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I studied environmental health, but of
Okay.
course, right now I'm teaching because teaching is my
Okay.
passion,
Oh, that's
and
brilliant.
it also gives me time for music. I must say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think basically that's it about me. I'm a songwriter,
Mhm.
um, and a worship leader, passionate for God,
Yeah. We can.
aspiring author because I,
Oh.
I, I write, but I haven't really piled up my work into a book. So I'm an
Yeah.
aspiring
I'm
author.
hoping you do that. I'm hoping you do that quickly, because I mean, I've spent a few minutes talking to you, but I'm already inspired. I can imagine all that inspiration in a book. I think it would be powerful. So please do that. Please do
Exactly.
that.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right. Okay. So
Yes.
I think we're gonna have to let you go because you gave us 20 minutes. We've already been
Thank
about
you.
23, 23 minutes. But it's been a great honor talking to you, and it's been, a few minutes, but so packed with
Hmm.
power and with encouragement and with inspiration. So
Wonderful.
thank you so much, Chigo, for coming through. Uh,
Yeah.
I
Thank
look
you for
forward to your
having
book.
me.
I look forward to your book.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you.
I look forward to more of your music, and hopefully to a few more times with you on this show. So God bless you so much. I don't know if you have any last words before we close.
Thank you.
PCS, just yeah,
Yeah. Maybe
I
PC has.
surely would have loved her to stay longer.
I know.
Well, we will have to do a number two. We will have to do a number two.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah.
and I know that Lewis has got more, but I
yeah,
think
absolutely.
he's trying to preserve you because time difference. So, but
Yeah,
hey,
Yeah.
last words, like he says, go ahead.
No, no, I think I've already said a lot already, but maybe I would still just talk about our current situation. Um, COVID-19 has done a lot of damage.
mhm,
You know, um, maybe there's some people that may not have faced what other families have faced, and sometimes we think we're living in a normal world because
mhm.
maybe we haven't faced what others have.
Yeah,
But trust me, there is a lot going out there. There is a lot to the point that sometimes there is some people who feel like, well, is there really God?
Mhm.
Is God really there? Why did He have to let me go through this? You
Yeah.
know, there are people going through a lot of things, but in the days that we are living in, I just would like to encourage each one of us to still hold on to our faith, to still
Yeah.
hold on to God. If you don't believe in God, I'll still urge you to give it a chance. Give God a chance. These are
Mm.
not the days that we can live without God. These are the
Yeah.
days that we need God. We need His peace. We need Him all the time. Whatever is going on, we can panic if our trust is not in God. But
Yeah.
let's keep praying. Let's keep trusting and believing in God, and we'll make it.
Powerful. Powerful.
Hmm.
Thank you so much. PC, can you please close out? I don't know if you have anything to say.
Um, just enjoyed it, and I'm saying it again.
Yeah.
We need a number two. Surely, she's got a lot to say. And the
I
other
know.
thing is, the other thing I'm gonna do, because that next time we're gonna have to slot in, the songs that you've actually done. So,
Yeah.
um,
So
today was a tester. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. A lot of people are saying no, so it's not me. I'm actually just a voice of some. Right. Okay. But that's how that's
well,
I can say. But we gotta let you go. I mean,
Yeah.
you're a teacher. You need to be in class tomorrow. But thank you so
yes,
much for
exactly.
coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Bless you. Have a good night.
Let's, thank you. Have a good night as well.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
LJ, thanks for a
Yes,
good
sir.
job. Well done. Job well
Thank you.
done.
Yeah, that was nice. I enjoyed that. It was short, but yeah, it's very very inspiring. I would like.
Well, but you have to conclude to your people, who are saying powerful and everything. Go ahead and tell them.
I know. Okay. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Really appreciate that you tuned in and that you. I can see Hannah. Hi Hannah. I can see Nick Tinwa, and everyone who joined in to watch. Thank you so much. We appreciate you doing this. So we're gonna be coming up with more and more of these chats, more and more of these interviews. So please keep watching and keep sharing. So share this video and keep tuned for the other interviews that will be
And also, you need to tell
on a
them
regular basis.
how you're gonna come on the next time. You remember the change of the actual program that's gonna be what's gonna be the title when you come back on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, basically. So uh, it's gonna be more of me taking a leading role for this. So it's gonna be LJ. LJ talks. We're gonna be having these chats and these interviews with different people, with artists and other types of people. So that's the change that's gonna be happening soon, as PC has mentioned. So I'll be taking more of a leading role and we'll kind of rebrand this to LJ Talks and we'll be having all these chats. Yes, PC, are you happy?
See me, like I'm happy. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So once again, thank you so much for filling in. You can tell I'm at work and have to juggle through
Yeah.
what I'm doing, but awesome work. Chigo
Yeah.
has to come back anyway. But
Awesome.
for tonight,
Yes,
thank you so
yes.
much.
All right.
God bless
Yeah.
you.
Good
All right.
evening. Bye.
Cheers.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Yeah.